Alright. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties. Twitch is still having a little bit of a act up where we can't get some of the co-commentators in. Looks like we try to bring everything to you as best as we possibly can with 6 minutes left. The qualifying round. Looks like we have Methods with a 128.4 still on softs. Looks like his time is starting to stand as Loki now sets a 128.5 on medium compound tires, as Marlon Conga is now out on softs, but his time before was a 128.7. White Meat sets a 129 flat on medium compound tires, as Like Me or Not is in the pits on soft compound tires. His time now is a 129.5 as ER10 Motorsports is at a 129.6 with on soft compound tires. You go through Slingshot is at a 129.6 on softs, with Henchman at a 129.7 on mediums. He's sitting in the pits with Hockey Hess at a 129.8. Rhodes on a 129.9 on mediums. Wrathful with a 130 flat on mediums. Mitch with a 130.4 on mediums. Rock Lobster with a 131.3 on hards. Jules setting a 132.5 on mediums. He's also on a hot lap. Let's go to him, see where he's at. With Canada King also with a 133.5 on hard compound tires. We have 4 minutes and 50 seconds to play. A lot of the strategies are changing up. Doesn't look like a whole lot of the drivers are really planning on wanting to run the hard compound tires to start. Looks like some of the drivers are starting to opt to do a two-stop strategy. But if they plan on doing that, they're definitely going to have to be careful with how their tire wear is and how they decide to chew up some of the soft compound tires and how long they stay out on them. Got Jules, he's coming down up to the main straight. Let's see where he slots in on the new medium compound tires here at Bahrain. DRS is open. He just improves to a 130.6, which will slot him into 13th. White Meat has retired from the session. Trying to find one of the drivers going on. Jules. Looks like Jules is the only driver that is out with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Welcome to the 5 viewers. Sorry for we've having such an issue with Twitch here. You guys have been forced to jump in and out. I apologize for that. As Marlon Conga now comes out on the hard, on the soft compound tires as he goes through. Loki stays on the medium compound tires at second place. He's going to try to bank on his medium compound tires to keep him in that top 5 place as they go through. Marlon Conga starting his fast lap. Oh, actually, no, I apologize. 127.5. He sets as a new fast lap. Divisional pole. We'll see who else is also coming out. Looks like we got Mitch's on his out lap. Hockey Hess is out on his out lap. Wrathful is now coming out on his on mediums. Like Me or Not is coming out on softs. We have pretty much, it looks like half the field is now coming out in hopes of setting a new fast laps and trying to see what they can do. We'll see if Marlon Conga's fast lap will stand as they go through. Keep an eye on everybody. So we got Like Me Not is 5th, Year 10 is 6th, Henchman 8th, Hockey Hess 9th, Rhodes 10th, Wrathful 11th, Mitch 12th. Ooh, Slingshot. Illegal blocking, 5-place grid penalty. Oh, that's gonna really mess some up there, sitting 7th as he now comes back out on an out lap. Let's see. Does Marlon Conga? Mitch has now started. He's on his fast lap here as they started their whole train of cars as they come out. Slingshot retires in 7th place, but he will get a 5-place grid penalty. Rock Lobster return. Rathfel's on his hot, Rhodes is on his hot lap, Hockey Hess is on his hot lap, Like Me and Not's on his hot lap. Everybody is trying to put in their new fast banker as they go through. Try to keep up on everybody as they go around the track. Run the Jewels he is retired from the session. He's going to sit in 13th. He's going to start on those. He's going to just wait it out and see what all happens. Hockey Hess, he's going through DRS3. Looks like he is not really setting a... He's on ERS 0. Doesn't look like he's really wanting to. Mitch moves up to a 128.7 on the medium compound tires. That'll slot him 4th for right now. Jump over. Like Me Not's coming through to the end of sector 2. It's a start of 3. See what's his. He's 1 second up on his time. So that'll put him at a low, medium 128s now. We have a Red Bull right behind him. That's possibly Rhodes chasing him down. We'll see. They go through. Like they're not smooth. Hot lap DRS open. 128.2. That slots Like Me or Not second with the Toro Rossos 2 and 3. SF1 Rhodes goes to 7th on his medium tires. Rathful moves up to a 128.7. That puts him 6th on medium compound tires. Let's see. I don't think anybody's really going to want to... Henchman to 8th? Oh, yes. With a 128.9. Looks like we only have one driver on the hards, but he's out of the top 10. Definitely interesting to see if he actually... Yes, Methods to 2nd with a 128.0. So strategy play and how the drivers are all set up is definitely going to be something to keep an eye on for the top 10, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers on the soft compound tires. Wrathful is ERS 0, so he's most likely going to be coming into the pits at the end. Yep, there's Wrathful. Yep, Wrathful's going to dive in the pits. Welcome, Ferrari Nut. That's all right. Does it allow you to check the box? Because we were having an issue with all defer. No. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have finished qualifying here at the Bahrain Grand Prix with Marlon Conga sitting 1st, Method 2nd, Like Me or Not 3rd, the 2 Toro Rossos sitting up there in the front of the grid with Loki 4th, Mitch 5th, Wrathful 6th, Road 7th, Henchman 8th, White Meat 9th, ER10 Motorsports 10th, Slingshot 11th, Hockey Hess 12th, Run the Jewels 13th, Rock Lobster is 14th, Canada King 15th, and Scarstrix, who retired with no time, he is starting last on the grid. Welcome to the first as we get ready to start the Bahrain Grand Prix. Their drivers will have a little bit of a break. I believe it's like a 1-minute break so they can select their tires, go to the bathroom, talk strategy, and that with their teammates. We have 4 drivers in the top 10 starting on softs. The rest of the drivers starting on medium compound tires. I know when we raced the Tier 2 at Bahrain, the strategy of softs to start was you were guaranteed to do a 2-stop. It's really hard to try to stretch those softs out, especially when you've banked in a hot lap and an out lap and an in lap. So seeing how, can someone take those softs to 10 laps? Mitch coming off of a win at Australia with white meat, sitting second in the early start of this season will definitely be, something to see in how this all plays out at the start of the race. Looks like we're already starting up. That was a really fast break. As we get the formation lap going, Marlon Conga is going to roll us out on the formation lap with the two Toro Rossos. Methods out qualifying Like Me or Not. In second, Loki, the Alfa Romeo, starting fourth, with Mitch out qualifying his teammate SF1 Rhodes. Mitchell will start fifth. The Williams car starting sixth with Wrathful, the Canadian. SF1 Rhodes starting seventh in the Red Bull. Henchman in the Haas starting eighth. He out-qualified Starstrix. White Meat in the McLaren. The solo McLaren starting ninth. He's going to have to try to claw his way up the grid to try to catch Mitch in this early championship race. Because a lot of these championship races, the first couple of races are, these points actually mean a whole lot. ER10 and the Ferrari of Hockey Hess both sitting 10th and 11th as they come around. Run the Jewels. Looks like he is the solo Renault. Sitting 12th. Rock Lobster, the Mercedes, starting 13th. He is going for the hard tire strategy. He's going to try to stretch it out as long as he possibly can. Canada King, starting 14th. He will be on medium compound tires. Starstrix, he's also trying the hard compound tire strategy. And Slingshot, starting 16th. Let's pull up everything for everybody as we get started here. As they come towards the end. It's definitely, I'm really excited to see how the Toro Rosso drivers play out during the start of the race as they go through. So they start coming up to form the grid here. Ooh, looks like we have some of the drivers that are already on the grid as well. Codemasters and the camera. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are off. Hockey Hess gets a jump start here with a drive-through penalty as we start going. Following everything, Methods makes the move on Marlon Conga. Marlon Conga goes on the insides, makes the cut through right in front of Methods. Go through. Loki now checks up behind Like Me or Not. SF1 moving up. We have a massive crash at the start. Looks like Mitch is now falling down to 13th with ER10. Rhodes moves up to 5th. Big damage. Yes, he is. Yes, they are as they go through. Yellow sectors 1 and 2. Right now as they follow. No, none at all. So definitely Mitch is going to have to pit. Same with ER10. Jump up to Methods as they go through. These one Methods runs it a little bit wide. Like Me or Not checks behind him as they come through here to finish the first lap of the race. Loki looking right behind Like Me or Not, trying to decide does he want to make a move or not as they go through. There's that last corner at the start of the main straight. Over on the board, Loki. Marlon sets a new fast lap at a 1:35.3. Like Me or Not getting the toe on his teammate Methods as they come down into turn 1. Loki makes the move. Unlike me or not, but like me or not, fights back. Oh, that's right. Ferrari has made the mention to me that both drivers, Mitchell and BR10, have dove into the pits for a full wing change. And looks like Hockey still has yet to serve his drive-through. Oh, he did? Okay, I apologize for everybody. He did serve his drive-through. See where we have all of our movers. Position change. Looks like Slingshot is the biggest mover now with Canada King with 5 places as we go through here. Where we have the closest battle for everybody. Marlon Kanga's first. We have a yellow sector 3. Canada King. Oh, he lost it and damaged his front wing. That's going to now slot Rock Lobster up as he falls back. He's going to need to pit for a new wing. Marlon Kanga sets the newest fast lap. Jump over to Loki as Loki is now looking behind Like Me or Not, trying to make a move. Like Me or Not, trying to figure out the strategy behind his teammate. Loki now 4/10 back from Like Me or Not. Like Me or Not 4/10 back from Methods as they come through. Scarstrix has retired from the session. Canada King gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Aki Hess is going to go up to 12th now. That's going to slot some of the other drivers up as well. We have a very close battle between 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. They come down here to the fast left-hand corner. Loki still trying to figure out a way as there's now a freight train of DRS cars right behind Methods. Barley Kanga has now stretched his lead from Methods to a 1.2 second gap. Wrathful falls down to 8th. He loses 2 spots as they go through. Like Me or Not, now 1.96. He's making the move on the outside up to turn 1 as Methods is covering the inside. Methods is going to drop back right behind and check up right behind Like Me or Not. Would that be a multi-21 in the Toro Rosso camp? Oh. Rhodes now 3 to 4/10 back behind Loki, trying to chase him down. They go through. Still have a very tight battle between 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place. Henchman now 3/10 back from Rhodes as he just made a run on him on the downhill left-hand corner. So he's trying to chase him back with White Meat also chasing Henchman as they go through in this fast uphill left and right combination as they come into a very fast long straight before the main straightaway. Loki now 4/10 back from Methods. Will he make a move as they go through? He's looking at it. Both DRSs are open for Methods and Loki. Loki only 2/10 back. He backs out of it. Doesn't want to risk damaging the car going into turn 1. Checks up, trying to wait to let the tires fade out. Let's see. Right now, the top 3 cars, Marlon Kanya, Like Me, and Methods, all are on softs, while 4 through 10 are on. are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medium compound tires. So 4 through 10 are on medi based on what I possibly know, which is usually a whole lot, the soft compound tires are probably going to need to drop in for their pits between laps 7th and 8th, while the mediums will be able to stretch it out to 12th. Ooh, like me or not, Loki, I mean, locks up the rear a little bit on that downhill left, which is going to make it a little bit interesting. It looks like he was able to pull it just a hair away from Rhodes instead of allowing him to catch up as they go through. Henchman now 3/10 behind Rhodes, trying to make a move on him as they come in. Oh, one of the Toro Rossos, Methods loses it. Oh, poor White Meat gets taken out. Methods has a 5-second penalty for severe collision with SF1 Rhodes. We did not see that. We did see Methods' car sliding. A lot of times when that happens, a lot of the drivers, they just catch a little bit of that curb, and that throws their car off. As we jump now onto Jules, who's 2/10 back behind Methods, as Methods kind of just lets Jules by. Yes. He dives into the pit. 5-second speeding in the pit lane. Wow. It is definitely not going Methods' way. Hockey Hess now moves up to 10th. Cannon King moving up as they drop down the field. Let's see where they're now slotting in. Rhodes 5/10 back behind Loki as he goes through. Slingshot makes the move on Jules. Wow, what a move by Slingshot on the outside as they go through on the down hairpin. Can Slingshot pull away from Jules now? Start separating that gap. They come in the downhill left-hand corner. Nice and tight by Slingshot. I raced with Slingshot last season. Very nice, respectful driver. Very clean. Pushes when he needs to, but he understands, when he needs to just, run it towards the end and see what happens as they go through. Jules getting a little bit of a run on him before they get onto this back straight. White Meat has left the session. Jules taking a look on the inside, outside, seeing what he needs to do as they come down here to the final corner on the main, before they hit the main straight. We are 7 laps into 29. They go through. Jump over to Jules. Let's see what he does. He's following him. DRS is open. Inside, outside. Goes on the inside of Slingshot. Is he going to make it stick? Jules going a little bit tight. Does Slingshot have what it takes to catch back up to him? Slingshot now has DRS. Is he going to be able to go on the inside of Jules as he comes in? Nope, he checks up right behind him. Looks like they're about to start the strategy of just working together a little bit around the track, trying to catch up a little bit of the time as they go through here. Loki is now 5/10 behind, like me or not. It's still on those soft compound tires as we're 7 laps into this race. Seems like the closest battle we have now is Slingshot to Jules, which is 6/10, and Hockey has a 9th and 10th, which is 7/10 back. As Rock Lobster is the highest running hard compound tire driver that we have in 9th place. Canada King, he's on soft compound tires at the bottom of 13th. Right now as they go through, you have Marlon Conga. He has dove into the pits. Like me or not, is in the pits. Rhodes, it's going to slot everybody up. Loki first, Rhodes second. Marlon Conga is going with the soft, medium strategy. As like me or not, he was saying, he goes to the medium strategy, so he's most likely going soft, medium. No, he's on the softs again. Roadmaster is being all tricky, changing it up on all of us. Let's see where they slotted. 7th and 8th. As they come out, let's see if they have what it takes to separate themselves from the other drivers as they go through here. Marlon Conga, 5/10 back from Slingshot. Running real close right behind them. 3/10 now. Willie Wader, is he going to make it a little bit of an issue? Nope. Slingshot lets him by. He knows they're both on different strategies. Doesn't want to ruin anybody's race. Still good racing for both of the drivers of the Renault and the Mercedes. Like me or not, now trying to chase Marlon Conga. He's 1.7 seconds back from Slingshot. We have a yellow sector 2. Oh, it's gone now. Marlon Conga's 5/10 back, chasing down Jules, trying to stretch his lead from Like Me or Not. SF1 Rhodes, second place is 6/10 back from Loki, who's now in first on the medium compound tires with the 10-second gap from third place of Henchman, who has a 3-second gap from Wrathful in fourth place. Marlon Conga is trying to make these two stop strategies, soft, medium, work to his benefit. Nine laps in of 29. We have 20 laps to go. As we now have the staining of the cars, we have Loki in first, Rhodes in second, Henchman in third, Wrathful fourth, Marlon fifth, Jules sixth, Like Me seventh, 8th is Slingshot, 9th is Hockey Hess, 10th is Rock Lobster, 11th is Mitch, 12th is Methods, 13th is ER10, 14th is Canada King. Sadly, we had a DNF of White Meat, who was sitting second in the early beginnings of this championship, with Scar Strix, who I believe possibly crashed out in 16th. He is in 16th place. Now, as we let the dust settle a little bit, with 9 laps into the race, a lot of the drivers are starting to settle in. Closest battle being Rhodes to Loki, trying to chase him down. He wants to get as close as possible in case of when the pit stop strategy happens, he has a little bit of a chance to take the fight to him as they go through here. Towards the end of Sector 1, Marlon Conga sets the new fast lap to a 1:31.6. Like Me or Not, now 6/10 back behind Jules. Trying to make his way through the field. Ooh, Like Me or Not going on the outside of Jules, trying to make it stick. And he does. Jules lets him slot in. Jules is going to try to check up right behind him and just keep up on the pace and follow him as Codemaster's tires are starting to glitch between red and yellow. Rhodes still 6/10 back behind Loki as they come up towards the end of Sector 2 in the fast left and right hand corner, trying to stay away from that curbing. They don't want to touch it and lose their car, just like the way Methods did. Canada King is now in the pits again on lap 10. Is he going to try to do... He has to serve a penalty. He's going to... What tire comes out? He is going to the hard compound tire. He's going to try to stretch those out towards the end of the race. Jump over to Rhodes. He's still 5/10 back behind Loki, trying to chase him down. DRS open, but he's not using any ERS. He's just trying to conserve his tires without burning them out around the track. Marlon Conga has now started to catch up to Wrathful. He's 6/10 back behind the Williams driver. 5/10 chasing him down. DRS is open. He is also not using ERS as he's trying to move up as many places as he can. Hockey Hess has now made the move on Slingshot. Slingshot's pretty much running his own race, trying to stretch his tires out the best that he possibly can to earn points without trying to create too much tire degradation here at Bahrain. Jump back over to Marlon Conga here real quick to see how this battle's playing out. He's got the DRS open. 2 Williams drivers in front. He makes the move on the inside of Wrathful. Can he make it stick as they go through on the uphill left to right? He does make it stick as the car is planted as he goes around this track. Marlon Conga will have Canada King in front of him as they go through. Slingshot is now falling behind Hockey has 8/10 in 9th place as they go through. Rhodes is still half a second behind Loki. Henchman dives into the pits from 3rd place, which will now move up Marlon Conga. Wrathful dives into the pits. We may start seeing the pit stop strategy come into play as Marlon Conga is making his way through Canada King in Sector 1. See both Henchman and Wrathful both on the hard compound tires. They come out of the pit. That's going to slot them in 9th and 10th. Do the other front runners, are they going to push it out to lap 13 by chance? Mitch now moving up to 10th place on his 10-lap old hard compound tires. We do know he will have to possibly pit again, but what tires will he go for? Marlon and like me or not, both 4-lap old tires, 15 seconds back from Loki, who's on those 11-lap old medium compound tires. Still have about a couple laps of life left in them. I believe the pit stop delta is somewhere around 18 seconds here at Bahrain, or it's possibly faster. We'll definitely see how that all plays out. Loki dives into the pits as SF1 Rhodes stays out for a few more laps. Maybe he knows something that we don't know about tire strategy. We'll definitely see where Loki drops out here. As he comes into his pit boxes, he's most likely going to go to the hard compound tires for the one stop. Loki comes out. Marlon Conga, definitely 15 seconds. Marlon Conga is going to come out in 4th place, right behind Leichner, which is going to set him up very well. So we'll have to see, can Marlon Conga and Leichner now stretch out those tires even further and faster to kind of upset a little bit of the front runners as they go through. Just a little bit of a mistake with those overly worn tires, they could lose their car and possibly crash. As Wrathful passes Hockey Hess in the pits, he's now sitting 10th, bringing the championship points for the Williams. Closest battle that we have is Methods to Hockey Hess. He is now 9/10 back behind Hockey Hess for 11th and 12th. He's chasing the Ferrari driver, trying to do a recovery drive after having a little bit of a mishap on the fast off-camber right corner. As he may have possibly ran a little bit of the curb in the slip. Take a look at positions. Slingshot has moved up 10 places. He is sitting 6th. He is the biggest mover, as Rhodes has the biggest faller, as he has lost 10 places from when he was in 2nd. But anything can happen with this race. Rhodes dives into the pits. See where he sits as he goes through. Looks like we got Lightning Knot and Loki. They're coming down. Canada King as well. Rhodes is now sliding out as he's coming out. He's going to sit 4th. They go through. Drivers, Jules is in the pits. Slingshot is in the pits. Rock Lobster is the only one that stayed out. He is on the hard compound tires. He's going to try to stretch those out, usually to probably about lap 18 to 20-ish, around there as they go through. Jump over to Rock Lobster, as he has BRL Henchman right behind him after his pit stop strategy. Slingshot is in the pits. Rock Lobster. Methods making the move on Jules. Looks like they're having a scrap of a battle for the final point in the championship series here. Jules a 10th right behind Methods. Jules on brand new hard compound tires. Methods on lap old hards. They come through here in the downhill left, just a little bit of a lockup of methods. Jules trying to put a little wide, trying to avoid him as they come through in the third DRS zone. Jules 8/10 back. We have Rock Lobster, who's now 6/10 back behind Henchman. Those are the 2 closest battles that we have. Jump over onto Jules' car. We have the closest battle, 5th to 6th, and 10th to 11th. Yeah. Marlin kind of like you're not 1 and 2, 7-lap old soft compound tires. How much longer do they have to go in the yellow sector 1? Jules DRS open, trying to reel in methods. Can he make it by the end of the straightaway? He makes a look on the inside, tries to bait him in the move. He checks up right behind him, going through turn 1, 2, and 3. As Methods is staying strong, trying not to make a mistake, as Methods is still trying to chase down Hockey Has. Rock Lobster is still 2nd back behind Methods. Rock Lobster is trying to stretch out those hard compound tires. His tires are still 1 lap older than Mitch's. Mitch is sitting 7th. Loki is 2.1 seconds behind Like Me, while Rose is 4.4 seconds behind him. It's like everybody's kind of settling in as we go through. Jules falling back behind Methods to a 1.4 second. Yeah, probably trying to conserve those tires a little bit more for the end stint battle. We have 5 laps to go. Like Me or Not. Something must have happened to Like Me or Not. He's dropped dramatically from Marlon Conga. He was about 3 to 4 seconds behind him, and now he's about 5 to 6 seconds behind Marlon Conga. Rock Lobster's in the pits. Tires is he going to? He's going to the medium compound tires. He's doing a 1-stop. That will slot him right behind Jules. Looks like to be. It will be 11th with the Mercedes boys. 11 and 12. So they go through. Or will Slingshot get the chance to take the fight to his teammate? Rock Lobster lets him go through. Doesn't want to infringe on the first turn. We now have the 2 front runners who are now 8-lap old soft compound tires with about 13 laps to go. Thank you to the 7 viewers that are still been following us as this race is starting to develop towards the end of the phase, as some of the strategies of the 2 stops are working their way out as the 1 stops are now starting to finalize. See, Marlon Conga is in the pits on his soft compound tires. Looks like the Renault is off with. Like Me or Not stays out. Marlon Conga goes back on the medium. Now that's going to stop Loki and Rose in 2nd and 3rd. Question is, how far can Like Me or Not stretch those soft compound tires up? Looks like we have Canada King that's coming out in turn 1. Marlon Conga's 10 seconds back from Rhodes and Loki. But does he have what it takes to try to reel it in so he can get his win here at BRL? Round 2 at Bahrain. See where Like Me or Not is at. He's on the downhill left-hand corner. He knows his tires are getting old. 9 laps. I believe he usually only stretch them off to about 10 or 11 when they're brand new. He comes through the quick left hand, fast right hand turn, trying to stay away from the curb, doesn't want to touch it, doesn't want to lose it. It's like we have Like Me or Not with 9-lap old softs with 2nd and 3rd running hards. Rhodes has 1 lap newer hard compound tires, which may play a huge factor for him when they get towards the end. Like Me or Not is diving into the pits. Did he have what it takes to kind of be able to put a little bit of a separation between him and Marlon? they go through. Let's see where they're at. There's Marlon Conga. He's coming down the main straight now. Like you're not still. Ooh, Henchman gets past Like Me or Not. Henchman's one-stop strategy is starting to play into a factor. But can Like Me or Not reel him in? He is only 1.2 seconds back. Henchman gets a 3-second time penalty. This could play into a huge factor for Like Me or Not to move up the grid, as Mitch is on 16-lap old hard compound tires, trying to claw his way back up for some extra points to stretch out his race as he goes around the track. Marlon Conga still 10 seconds back from the two front runners of Loki and Rose. And it's 2.6 seconds back from Like Me or Not. Well, Like Me or Not is still 1.8 seconds back from BRL Henchman. See, the two noticeable drivers that will probably have to pit towards the end of the race. Looks like Mitch and Methods will have to pit. Mitch with the 16-lap old hard compound tires. Loki coming in turn one. Has a nice solid gap between Rose, who is sitting second with 4.2, followed by Marlon Conga with 13 seconds back. Henchman now 8 tenths back, 7 tenths back from Marlon Conga, trying to chase him down in the medium compound tires. Oh, Marlon Conga, did he possibly AI, or did he lose I think he lost connection. His car is completely ghosted. I think Marlon Conga possibly lost connection, which will give Like Me or Not a chance to take the fight to him. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, what a shame for Marlon Conga. Having such a strong pace at the beginning of this race. Definitely have to try to keep an eye on him to see if he can get back into his car or not. Didn't look like anything popped up that he left the session at all. Let's see where we're at. Mitch, 17-lap old tires, trying to reel in as much as he can to move up the grid. Wrathful sitting 7th place, 2.3 seconds back from Mitch, trying to hold on what he can to bring in as many points as he can from the Williams team. See where we're at as they go through, lead them off. Loki first, Rhodes second, Henchman third, Like Me or Not fourth, Marlon Conga fifth, Mitch sixth, Wrathful seventh, Hockey has eighth, Methods ninth, Jules 10th, Slingshot 11th, Rocket Lobster 12th, 10, Motorsports 13, Canada King 14th. Mitch makes his move on Marlon Conga, swallowed up by the field. What a shame. Jules Wrathful sporting a wonderful little teal white black helmet with his Williams car. He's outqualified his teammate 2 for 2 this season at the beginning of it, as he's also caught up to Marlon Conga going past him. Let's see where we're at right now. Hockey has an 8th. Marlon Conga can't get back in. That's going to be a shame. Wrathful now 2.2 seconds for Mitch. Mitch's tires are now 18 laps old. Like Me or Not is 1 second behind Henchman. We're going to jump onto him, see what he can do. Can he catch Henchman before the end of the race? So we have 8 laps left to go. Loki's still leading this race in first place with SF1 Road second. Henchman is third, 14 seconds back from them. Like Me or Not now 6 tenths back behind Henchman, trying to find a way past him. goes through with the Toro Rosso car. My old teammate, we'll see what happens. Mitch is in the pits. He's going to the soft compound tires. He's going to try to make up some pace. See, like Miranot looks on the inside, outside, checks up right behind. He's not going to ruin his race. He knows the victory is there to be on that podium to bring the points in for the Toro Rosso team. Trying to salvage as much as he can. Mitch is now in ninth on the soft compound tires. Now Hockey has made it past Marlon Kanga. He's had. And trying to close all the doors from Mike Miranot. Does not want him to make a move on him or make it pass. And as Mike Miranot is now open up to DRS. Slingshot is out. 10th behind Jules. He's looking at wanting to move up the position. He wants that point for Mercedes. He wants to make the move. We have now the battle for 3 and 4 and 10th and 11th as they go through into the third DRS zone. We're going to dive back over to Mike Miranot as he's now looking to the inside of Henchman. He makes it stick, but can Henchman take the fight back? Oh, Methods gets a 3-second time penalty. Mike Miranot utilizing that DRS to take the battle back to where Henchman can't take the fight. Mike Miranot covering the inside as Henchman's starting to fall behind. Can he make the catch up? Slingshot still 5/10 back from Jules. As they come down the main straightaway, Jules covering the inside. Slingshot looking for something. Methods is still in the pit. Slingshot tries to do a quick cutback to see if he'll make him jump, but it doesn't work. As they come through here up to the second DRS zone. Slingshot trying to get the run on Jules as they come through. Second DRS slots open. As they come through, Jules covers the inside. Slingshot looks to the outside. And it's not like it's going to work. He's got to try to make a move. He's got to turn up that ERS. He's got to take the fight to him. Use the slipstream as they go through. And right now, as it runs, Loki first, Rhodes second. Mike Miranot third, 13.3 seconds back from Jules. Mike Miranot third, 13 seconds back from Rhodes. Henchman fourth, Wrathful fifth. Hockey has sixth. Marlon Kanga seventh due to technical errors. Mitch has been able to claw his way back up to 8th on the soft compound tires. He's now 5.4 seconds to Marlon Kanga. Can he get that extra place before the race ends? Mike Miranot sets a new fast lap to a 1:31.5. Jules sitting 9th with Slingshot. Now chasing him down 3/10 back. Henchman's diving into the pits, which is odd. He could have stayed out, try to get as much as he can. Definitely be interesting to see how his strategy works. He goes to soft compound tires. That's going to move Wrathful up to 4th place, with Hockey has sitting 5th. As Mitch sits the new fast lap to a 1:30.6. But that's also going to let Mitch fall back. This could be a bit of a downfall for Henchman, because if Henchman can't make it past Mitch, now Mitch is 4/10 back from Henchman. Because if Henchman can't pull from Mitch, that going for the fast lap may not be that successful, because if you're going to lose so much more points in the overall standing points, it's not really going to help you a whole lot even if you get the one extra point from the fastest lap. Mitch on his 2-lap old softs with 6 laps to play. Henchman on his new. Ooh, Henchman. Mitch makes the move on the inside. Looks like he ran it a little bit wide. Henchman kind of let him in. Had a little bit of an issue of braking. Mitch making the move on the inside, trying to make it stick now. As Henchman is trying to make the move on Mitch as well. Henchman looks to the inside. Ooh. Little bit of a... Didn't look like they tapped, but there was a little bit of a sparring match between the Mitch. Oh, Mitch crashes out. Looks like he possibly catched a little bit of a curve. That's going to fall him down. Dropping down to 10th. Now it becomes the major recovery rate as he has a damaged front wing. It looks like he lost about half of his wing there. We go through Slingshot, still 4/10 back behind Jules. Did Marlon Kanga get his car back? No, it does not, as Jules now covers the inside. A Slingshot is still trying to make something happen here. Come on, Slingshot, we're rooting for you. Make the move on him, take the fight. As the game says that Slingshot is on hard compound tires, the Codemaster's video says that he is not on the hard compound tires, he's on mediums. One thing they should fix. As they go through, Slingshot now still chasing down Jules, trying to get him to make a little bit of a mistake here, as we now have 5 laps remaining out of the 29-24. Slingshot makes the move on the inside, makes it stick. That is the move of the race. Like me or not, now gets a 3-second time penalty as Slingshot. Wow, talk about a move. I thought it was going to be the straightaway. I thought it was going to be a DRS zone, but he made that stick in that hairpin clean as ever. Jules just left too much space open. Slingshot said, thank you very much. Now, the question is, can Jules take the fight back to Slingshot? Can Jules possibly get the run on him and make the move? As we come through with 4 laps to go. What a move by Slingshot. Looks like Jules falls back about 5/10. Henchman now sets a new fast lap of a 130.1. Jules with a minor lockup on the last corner, running a little bit of the curb as that slots him back about 6/10 back behind him. As Slingshot has now stepped it up. This is the battle of the race. They go through. Jules 3/10 back. He's trying to make something work behind Slingshot, but he's not. Slingshot's saying, nope, it's not happening. As Slingshot's coming up to Marlon Conga, trying to get those extra few points for the Mercedes team. As Jules is trying to chase him down as they go through. Now Slingshot moves up to 7th with Jules sitting 8th now. Marlon Conga, sadly, with the internet issues, is falling down to 9th from when he was leading the race. We go through. Jules is now a 2nd back behind Slingshot. That's going to mess him up. He's not going to have DRS here on the 3rd DRS slot, which is going to allow Slingshot to possibly try to make a little bit of a move as they go through. Jules running on 0 DRS, trying to get it to work the best that he possibly can as they go through. 11 a lap old tires. Nobody's got a little bit of a better tire situation. They're both on equal pace here for tire from the tire laps about allocated for them. See, as we go at the running with 3 laps left to go, as Jules locks it up just a little bit on the final corner. Loki is sitting 1st, Rhodes 2nd, Like Me or Not 3rd, Wrathful 4th, Hockey Hess 5th, Henchman 6th, Slingshot 7th, Jules 8th, Marlon Conga 9th, Rock Lobster 10th, Methods is 11th, Mitch 12th, ER10 13th, and Canada 14th as we go through here. Closest battle other than Jules and Slingshot is Methods and Rock Lobster. As Methods looks on the inside of Rock Lobster on the faster tire of the sauce, but can Rock Lobster take the fight back? He's going to check up right behind him as Methods has almost destroyed all of his ERS down to 10%, even though he's on low. Can he kind of salvage that as best as he can? Methods 4-lap old soft compound tires. We are lap 27 out of 29 as we go through. Jules still 8/10 back behind Slingshot, trying to make something happen. We jump over to them real quick. Rock Lobster's 5/10 back behind. Method is 5/10 back behind Marlon Conga. Most likely, if Marlon Conga has not gotten back into his car, he will definitely move up the place, which he has, to get the extra point. We have the closest battle we have now is Jules 7/10 behind Slingshot, 12 lap old hard compound tires. I have not seen any. Ooh, we have a yellow sector 2 and 3. Who could that possibly be? Mitch, ER10. ER10 made the move. Possibly Mitch may have made a little bit of a mistake. We're going to jump back over to Jules. Did he make anything work? He did not make anything work. We are going to follow these drivers as fast as we can. Right now, everything's settled. It looking like Loki will be first, Rhodes will be second, Like Me or Not will be third with Wrathful fourth. But penalties may play into a big factor. Like Me or Not with a 3-second time penalty. I remember seeing that throughout the race. As we go through, Jules has fallen back to 1.1 seconds to Slingshot, as Slingshot is driving the race of his life now, fighting off Jules. He wants that 7th place and more with 13-lap old hard compound tires. As they go through the fast left-right hand section, trying to avoid a lot of the curbing so they don't lose the control of the car. Slingshot driving that Mercedes, saying it's hammer time as he comes through. Like that is the closest battle that we have. We will definitely try to keep closest. Jules lightly locks it up at the last corner. Opens up his DRS. He's trying to chase him. Slingshot down the best that he possibly can. They come up to turn 1 here. See Mitch now 0.6 back behind ER10. Jump over here real quick with him. Will he be able to make the move on ER10? Jules still 9/10 back from Mitch looking from the outside. Will he make the switchback stick on ER10? He's going to make it work from the outside to inside, kind of cut the corner just a hair. Ooh, ER10 giving him a little bit of the wheel as Mitch is trying to make the pass on him. Looks like ER10 can't keep up with the speed of Mitch as they go through. Jules still 0.6 back behind Slingshot. We're going to jump over to them real quick as they go through. Jules chewing up a little bit of his ERS. We are on the final lap of the race. As we go through, where is the leaders? The leaders come in the downhill left section. We will definitely keep a track of them as they go through. Jumping over to Jules. Jules 0.5 back behind Slingshot for this battle for 7th place as they start their final lap here. Jules DRS open, overtake. He's back to 0. He's trying everything. Light lock up as he tries to run the car as deep as possible on the gearbox of Slingshot. Trying to chase him down. His methods is 3.5 seconds behind Jules. Trying to get the catch up on the final lap as they go through. We will follow this as close as we possibly can as Jules has a minor lockup towards that turn 4 as they come through here. The fast quick chicane as they approach the hairpin piece. Loki will finish the race unofficially now as we wait for the times to come in. Right now we have the closest battle here between Jules and Slingshot, which is about a 0.5 second, as Jules is trying to make something happen as they come through. Slingshot pulling everything he possibly can out of that AMG motor. His road slot 2nd, Like Me Not 3rd, as they come through. Jules 0.5 second back. He's trying to get as much run as possible as he can to Slingshot. Both 15-lap old compound tires as they come through. Jules having a little bit of a fuel light coming on. He's running it low. He's on hot lap. He's trying to take the fight. Slingshot, fuel issues. He is on high as they come through at the final quarter. Can Jules make the run? He's got the little bit of a run on Slingshot. 0.2 back. He's trying to reel him in as best that he can as they both cross the line. Slingshot finishing 7th and Jules 8th. What a battle. The last 5 laps as we jump over here to Rock Lobster as he now crosses the line. Oh, one of the, looks like, Methods has crashed his car as Marlon Conga comes across the line in 11th. The technical areas as Mitch comes across the line in 12th. As ER10 comes across the line in 13th. What a race everybody. Some of the two-stop strategies worked for some of the drivers. Some of the one-stops worked better for some of the drivers. As we sit here, we have Loki, who finishes the race number 1 with Rhodes second. Like me or not, third. Wrathful reeling in his Williams car to 4th. Hockey has who started 11th going to 5th. Henchman, who started 8th, finished in 6th. Slingshot is 7th. Jules 8th. Methods 9th. Rock Lobster 10th. Marlon Conga finishes 11th due to technical errors. Mitch 12th. ER10 13th. Canada King 14th. Believe White Meat had crashed with Scar Tricks at 16th. I'm gonna have to say the driver of the day definitely was Slingshot, going from 16th to 7th place with no penalties, having the move of the day on Jules and the hairpin to help him slot him in that tough battle. As we end the Bahrain Grand Prix. Due to a bit of the technical areas with the Twitch, I will not be able to do interviews with the drivers. I apologize that for everybody. But I will do a little bit of a write-up for the drivers in our Discord chat group, to where they can have the little bit of the, almost like a newspaper thing for their interviews, while I try to figure out for the next race in China next week. So tune in on that at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and I believe that would be 6 p.m. Eastern time, as we get everything squared away with Twitch. I apologize again not being able to do the interviews with the drivers, but thank you for all tuning in. See you next week.